But I think, by the way, to go back to what we were saying, the Charo
We're still
update.
traumatized.
Well,
It's been days.
I think that, you know, a lot of people obviously who watched that episode, you know, that clip is, that moment is a lot. And it's like that 10 minutes of that is something that I've done 40,000 times.
Yeah.
So when you see me going like, the fuck is that? It's because I've done that over and over and over. And there's bits and pieces of it that still make me crazy, you know, that like it might seem like a small detail that you just want to use, well, you know, but like, you know, when you came and you yelled at me at the table and it's like, what? I didn't yell at you. Oh, yes, you did. And I have a witness.
Yeah.
So that's like, so then you go, well, that I know the witness is my witness too. And then when you hear the person validate your side, she dismisses that person. How much are you paying her? It's like this whole game where you just, I don't know, you just want to rip your own eyes out, you know?
It's constant gaslighting.
Constant.
And a constant denial of reality.
And accountability.
Yeah.
And then when there is an admission of fault, like if you go back to that whole conversation, okay, I'm wrong. It's not a real admission of fault.
No.
It's, you know what? You guys are ganging up on me, so I'll just tap out here.
Yeah.
And it does make you go crazy.
It's an insult to her. It's an insult to her. It's not like, oh, did I do something that upset you? Like she takes it personally.
It is kind of a fascinating thing to study, right?
Well, like I said, my mom wasn't too far off from this behavior, but I didn't have anyone to bounce off. Like,
which makes it crazier.
So I was like, oh, maybe I am the one that's messed up. Maybe I am bad. So then by the time I was 14, I was suicidal because of that shit where you're like, oh, I guess this is reality.
Yeah.
So I understand your rage. And that's, I 100% understand your rage because it's so maddening. You're like, how are you,
and to go back to the whole, like the origin of it all, it's like the story, her version of storytelling is what's enraging, right? Yeah. But also the story of like,
you're the villain.
But also she was like, you know, I just wanted this thing. Everybody, you were like, yeah. And your friends were like, yeah. It's like, even all that's none of that is true.
None of it's true.
So we like, the real story is she was like, I have to ask you for something. And I was like, what? And she's like, I found a necklace. And I'm like, okay. This is like after 8 days in Hawaii that I invited her. And then she's like, it's this much. And I was like, $300? She's like, $3,000. I'm like, is that $3,000 necklace? And I'm like, all right. And then my friends who she referred to were like, why do you need that? Not her, like, and she has like complete deniability of that. She's like, that's not what they said. It's like, it's very, you know, very clearly they were like, why would you need that?
Yeah.
And she was like, don't say that. It's so crazy that, and then she finally got it. And I was like, go get whatever you want. Right. Yeah. Like when you go, just get whatever you want. And then at that breakfast, she was like, I go, where's the necklace? I'm going to give it to Christina. And I'm like, I don't know why.
I don't want the necklace.
Right, but I'm like, but why? Like,
I'm good.
Why did you ask me for something that 2 days later you're going to give away? I don't get this.
So I think what that is guilt, right? She realizes that she overstepped maybe. And then in an effort to repair it, she's going to repent and give it to me, which I have zero skin in this game. Like, I don't want it. I'm fine. I'm good. So she finds a way to redeem it, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But it's a real cycle, dude. It's something else.
And then, look, I feel like I have to like make a point that like she is not. I love my mom. I want people to think that I love my mom, and she has great qualities, and she is a good mom, and she's can be very sweet, and you know, she is a blast to hang around at times, and she's very funny. And she's fun, but like there are everybody has a dynamic with their parents that's different. And then, you know, if you're lucky, you have two parents, right, in this world, and you have different relationships with each one. And mine, my whole life has always been more complicated with my mom. But it's not that I don't love her. I do love her. You know, I do love my mom. But it's kind of fascinating to me to have a story like this captured in this way.
So lucky.
With the third person, like with the witness who goes like, I can't defend you on this.
Well, probably because it's the first time that's ever happened that you have it on tape, and then your sister's here, and it's all recorded and documented. Like, no, you're right this time, bro. You're right. You're right.
And I haven't heard from her since then. I should say that.
Uh-oh. I wonder
She's
why.
probably upset about it.
A little bit.
Yeah. Thank you for watching that highlight here from YMH Studios. That was a highlight or a clip, whichever word you prefer. You watched it, and there are so many more little bite-sized episode things. They're just click them. Maybe it's someone screaming or bleeding. Maybe it's just laughing at someone, making fun of them.